Genesis chapter 38. At the time Judah left his brother settled near the Adonians named Hatoriah. There Judah saw the daughter of Carmate named Shura. He took her as a wife and slept with her, so she conceived and gave birth to a son, and he named him Era. She conceived again and gave birth to a son and named her Owen. She gave birth to another son and named him Selai. It was a cherub that she gave birth to him. Judah got a wife for Era, his firstborn, and her name was Tamar. Now Era, Judah's firstborn, was evil in the Lord's sight, and the Lord put him to death. Then Judah said to Owen, sleep with your brother's wife, perform your duty as her brother-in-law, and produce offspring for your brother. But Owen knew that the offspring would not be his, so whenever he slept with his brother's wife, he released his sperm on the ground so that he would not produce offspring for his brother. What he did was evil in the Lord's sight, so he put him to death also. Then Judah said to the daughter-in-law, Tamar, remain a window in your father's house until my son Selai grows up, for he thought he might die too, like his brother. So Tamar went to living her father's house. After a long time, Judah's wife, the daughter of Sarah, died. Then Judah had the finishing mourning. He and his friend Harai the Adonians went to the Tamar to sleep. Tamar was told, your father-in-law is going up to Tamar to shear his sheep. So she took off her widow's clothes and veiled her face, covered herself, and set out the entrance to Emerald, which is on the way to Timrah. For she saw that though Sarah had grown up, she had not been given to him as a wife. When Judah saw her, he thought she was a prostitute, for she had covered her face. He went over to her and said, come, let me sleep with you, for he did not know that she was his daughter-in-law. She said, what will you give me for sleeping with me? I will send you a young goat from my flock, he replied. But she said, only if you leave something with me until you send it. What should I give you? He asked. She answered, your signet ring, your count, and the stuff in your hand. So he gave them to her and slept with her, and she got pregnant with him. She got up and left then removed her veil and put her window clothes back on. When Judah sent the young goat by his friend, the adamant in order to give back the items he had left with the woman. He could not find her. He asked the man of the place, where is the cult prostitute who was beside the road at Emra? There has been no cult prostitute here, they answered. So the Adam returned to Jeddah, saying, I couldn't find her. The future more than the man of the peace said there has no cult prostitute here. Judea replied, let her keep the items for herself, otherwise we will become a laugh like livestock. After all, I did send this young goat, but you couldn't find her. And 3 months later, Judea was told, your daughter-in-law has been acting like a prostitute, and now she is pregnant. Bring her out, Judea said. Let her be burned to death. As she was being brought out, she went to her father-in-law this message, I am pregnant by the man to whom these items belong. And she added, extreme them whose significant ring, cord, and stuff are these. Judea recognized them and said, she is more in the right than I, since I did not give her to my son Saliah, and he did not know her and terminate again. When the time come for her to give birth, there were twins in her womb. As she was giving birth, one of them put off hand and the midwife took it and tried to scar trend around it, announcing this one came out first. But then he pulled his hand back and his brother came out. Then she said, you have broken out first. So he was named Parzin. Then his brother, who had the scarlet thread tied to his hand, come out and was named Zerah.